All right, today we're going to talk about the 2020 Ram 1500 with the Ecodiesel engine. All right, now the new 2020 Ram 1500. The Ecodiesel engine is back. It was gone in the 2019 Ram when they did the redesign, but now they brought the Ecodiesel engine back. I like the Ecodiesel. I never driven one, but I've always thought it was pretty cool because they were the first ones in the half-ton to bring out a diesel, which is really cool. And when they first brought it out in 2013, that the Ram 1500 won Truck of the Year. So that was really cool. The Motor Trend Truck of the Year in 2013. And in 2014, I think one of the years, I think 14 might have been the first year of the Ecodiesel. I'm not too sure. I'm a Hemi guy. I've always would be a Hemi. I mean, would I consider getting a diesel? Yeah, I would, because it's a diesel. It's got a lot of torque to it, great towing ability, but I would probably get one in, say, a 2500 or a 3500 if I ever decided to get a diesel in a bigger truck. I'd go to 25 or 3500. Just for the bigger, heavier duty, you can load. I'm an iron worker, so I would use it more of a work truck than I would of just to save gas. But for towing, it's great too. Now, the new Ecodiesel compared to the old one, they up the horsepower. They are now 260 horsepower, up from 240 horsepower from the last generation. And that's a 20 horsepower increase. It's not the biggest increase, but it's a good amount. You may feel it, you may not. The Ram is also a little bit lighter, so I think that's a good, healthy little chunk. The biggest chunk is the torque. The torque is what you want out of a diesel anyway. That's why it's such a low horsepower compared to, say, the Hemi, which is 395. They didn't even move. When they made the 5th gens, they didn't even touch the horsepower rating in the Hemi or the torque. They kept everything the same. They just added the e-torque system, which adds 130 or something, like foot-pounds of torque on acceleration or something like that. And I don't know if anyone's even tested that yet, or if anyone's done any testing. That would be pretty cool if somebody did. If I had a 2019, I would be doing some testing on it, but no one, not that I'm aware of, that no one's done testing on it to see if it actually improves. But the biggest thing is it went from 440 foot-pounds of torque, 420 foot-pounds of torque to now 480. That's a big jump. That's 60 foot-pounds of torque. You can get a lot more towing and a lot more power, because torque is all down low. It's your low RPM range in torque, and that's basically all where your towing is going to be at. So that's huge right now. And the 480 foot-pound of torque is actually best in class, better than the Ford F-150's diesel engine, which I think they have I think they got the Power Stroke in theirs. And I know Chevy has a Duramax in their 1500 version, and I'm not 100% sure if it's a Power Stroke in the Ford, but I'm pretty sure Chevy used the Duramax to build their 1500. They both got them. Everyone's copying off anyone anyway, so yeah, they all have now diesel engines in their 1500s, which is pretty cool. But the biggest thing is Ram is now, ever since they brought it back, has the most torque, best in class, and also has the most towing ability out of the Ecos. I don't know if it has more than all the, say, the 5.0s or the twin turbos or the 6.2s, or even the Hemi. I don't know about that, but I know out of all the diesel motors in the 1500 class, Ram 1500 is number one. They have best in class towing ability at 12,000, I think 650 pounds. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what I read on it. This just got released, so I think this is pretty cool that the diesel's back. I've always liked the diesel, and now they got the Ram Rebel. The Ram Rebel is coming in more configurations now. They're going to be able to put a V6 in it, a Hemi, and a diesel. And I think that's awesome. I think that they did really well in the 2019 and now the 2020, and now they can put more features in, and they got the big 12-inch screen, which is friggin' amazing. Get that in all the configurations. Yeah, but the coolest thing is that I really thought was really cool was the tailgate. Like, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't even get it if it was an option or nothing like that. But if say you're an older guy and you got a lot of different things, you need to be able to load your bed be able to load your bed and something's in the way. Check this tailgate out. I'm gonna show you what this thing is about.
Watching TFL Truck for a while, you know about this. Yep, it's a regular tailgate, but it's more. And that is because this is the new kind of split tailgate that allows you to open it not just the traditional way, but also by pushing this button like a barn door. Check this out. And this is of course handy. Let's say you're trying to load some pallets and you need to get the forklift in here. You can actually get it all the way to the back of the bed. It's also handy if you've got something way back here, you can reach for it. And we've gotten some emails from people asking us if this is something you can get in the aftermarket, and unfortunately it isn't. It's something that is only at this point available from Ram. Of course, GM has a very similar configuration to their multi-pro tailgate, but this is Ram's version of it, and it's kind of the newest and coolest thing right now in truck technology. So if you like newest and greatest, here you've got a truck that not only gets good fuel economy.
So that's a pretty cool feature in the tailgate, that you can cut it in half, open it up, so you can actually get in and, like, say you want to load something in, like he said, with the skid, you can put a forklift right in, put it down. I mean, it's not gonna be able to hold a shit ton of weight like a 25 or 3500, but I think it's really cool. Would I consider getting an Ecodiesel? Probably not. If I was gonna get another Ram 1500 in the near future, or when this thing's paid off or whatever, I would go with another Hemi, and I'd probably go with a higher gear. I don't know if I'd, you know, mod it like I did this. I'd say keep it as a daily drive to work every day, and I'd probably get maybe the 392 gearing this time. I don't, you know, for towing reasons. That would be the only reason I would get 392 gearing, is for towing. Now, I didn't read if the gearing's all the same. It probably is the same. You probably got 355s, 392s, and possibly 321s with the Ecodiesel. Don't take my word for it. I didn't really read too much into it. I just saw a couple things online. But if I was going to upgrade, I would go with the 2500 or the 3500, just because if I'm going to tow and you want a diesel, why not get the Cummins? All right, here's the other problem. The Cummins is very expensive, so that's a big difference compared to the Ecodiesel. The Cummins option, brand new, is probably like $12,000 to $13,000 option compared to you know, the standard in the Hemi. That's huge. Some guys don't have $12,000, $13,000. I don't have $12,000, $13,000 for an option. You know what I mean? So would it be worth it? If you had the money to do it, without a doubt. The Cummins would friggin' blow anything out the water. It has the most torque, most towing, most everything in the new Rams. So yeah, if you're looking to actually just straight up tow and work, you go with the 2500. But say you want to tow a boat, say you have a boat or a nice, like, you know, something that's 10,000 pounds, in that range, maybe a little bit more, and you don't want a big 2500 truck. You don't need it. You don't need the 8-foot bed and the crew cab. That's a long truck right there. You want that Ecodiesel, and it's more compact. You know, pickup trucks are, they're bigger than every other vehicle, like every other personal vehicle on the road, but you don't need a big work truck. You want to have a daily drive, like me. This is my daily driver, and say I wanted to just have a diesel, great, and it also has best-in-class gas mileage. I haven't talked about that. So, you know, you want to have great gas mileage, great torque, almost 500 foot-pounds of torque, 480 to be exact. You can get the Ecodiesel. Tow a lot of weight, and you can do a lot of cool things with it. It's a great truck. I think Rams, you know, like, in my opinion, I always like Ram. Rams has been my favorite truck since they came out, since I can remember. Now then, you know, they got the Hemi in them, they got the Ecodiesel, and they got the V6 Pentastar as their starter motor. So you got great options in all the tracks, all the lineups. Some guys don't even want the power of the Hemi. I don't know why you want it. I mean, it's a couple $1,000 option. Why would you even bother getting a V6? I don't know. But you got the Hemi is the number one, you know, is everyone's number one choice. You know, I wouldn't buy a V6 truck personally, but, you know, if you don't need it, you don't need it. I'm not going to diss or hate on anyone that wants to do it, but me personally, I would never get a V6 truck. I would get either the Hemi, or I get the Ecodiesel. Great motors, great options. Ram's doing big things, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's happening. And, you know, with this channel, maybe one day I can get a 2019 or 2020 Ram, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, you know what it is. Till the next one. Peace.